Did you know? For all these years, there's been a huge misunderstanding about acid reflux that almost everyone believes without question. Most people think the cause is too much acid, that your stomach is overflowing with acid, so it splashes back up into your esophagus, causing burning, chest tightness, and that choking sensation in your throat. But the truth is the exact opposite. And when people hear it, most are stunned. Acid reflux is not caused by excess acid. In today's video, I'm going to reveal the two root causes of reflux, secrets that you've probably never been told before. But these are the golden keys that can unlock a natural, lasting way out of reflux. The stomach's incredible design where digestion begins. Before diving into the reasons why the stomach runs into trouble, let's pause for a moment to appreciate its unique structure. Because only when you truly understand how this machine works can you listen to your body and discover how to heal from the root. Your stomach is a hollow, J-shaped muscular sac tucked neatly under the diaphragm, connecting the esophagus to the small intestine. Sounds simple enough, but inside it holds the body's secret weapon, gastric juice. So what's inside this gastric juice? It's the most powerful digestive fluid the human body produces. It can break down meat, kill bacteria, and dismantle proteins, even strong enough to corrode metal. But here's the twist. Our gastric juice is still much weaker than that of carnivores, like lions, dogs, or cats. That proves one thing. Humans were never designed to eat too much meat. And if you overload on it, your digestive system will react immediately, leaving you uncomfortable right after meals. Now, to understand this more clearly, we need to answer an important question. What exactly is gastric juice made of, and why is it so special? The main components of gastric juice: water, 95 to 98%, hydrochloric acid, about 0.5%, creating an extremely low pH of 1 to 3, strong enough to kill bacteria and activate protein-digesting enzymes. Pepsinogen. When it comes in contact with hydrochloric acid, it transforms into pepsin, an enzyme that chops proteins into amino acid chains. Mucus and bicarbonate, the armor that shields the stomach lining from being eaten away by acid. Mineral ions like sodium, potassium, chloride, and bicarbonate. They balance the gastric fluid and provide raw material for acid production. Intrinsic factor, a special component that allows your body to absorb vitamin B12, essential for blood formation. From all of this, we can conclude that the core of gastric acid is water and the mineral ions from salt. They create the acidic environment while also laying the foundation to activate enzymes, protect the lining, and support nutrient absorption. Why is gastric juice mostly water and minerals? The answer lies in the stomach's sophisticated operating system. Most of gastric juice is waters, 95%, because water is the solvent for every chemical reaction. Without this liquid environment, food couldn't be broken down, enzymes couldn't function, and the entire system would clog up. So what about minerals? The stomach doesn't just produce hydrochloric acid out of thin air. It needs raw material. That raw material is minerals, especially sodium, potassium, calcium, magnesium, and most importantly, chloride. When the body absorbs minerals from food and water, the stomach borrows chloride ions and combines them with hydrogen ions pumped out by its cells. This combination forms hydrochloric acid, the gastric acid in your stomach. In other words, water acts like a solvent, dissolving and transporting ions. Minerals are the raw ingredients, because without chloride, the stomach couldn't make hydrochloric acid, meaning no acid for digestion. Beyond water and minerals, other components of gastric juice, like pepsinogen, mucus, or intrinsic factor, make up only a small portion. They're like bodyguards and assistants, helping with digestion, protecting the lining, and adding support. But it's really water and minerals that form the foundation, the core ingredients that turn the stomach into a giant furnace, breaking down food day and night to nourish your body. So, what is the stomach's true mission? If you think it's just a simple sac to hold food, that's only the surface. In reality, its biggest role isn't storage, it's battle. Every day, when you put food into your body, the stomach immediately begins its shift. It contracts, churns, and unleashes its strongest weapon, hydrochloric acid, working alongside the enzyme pepsin. This duo is the Steel Warriors, designed to tackle the toughest challenge of digestion: protein. Picture protein in meat, fish, eggs, or dairy as an ultra-strong iron chain. The stomach's job is to cut that chain into tiny links called amino acids. And those amino acids are the precious building blocks your body needs to repair, restore, and rebuild every cell. To pull this off, the stomach needs acid that's strong enough, sharp enough. When the stomach has enough acid, everything in the digestive system runs like a perfect symphony. As soon as food enters the digestion site, acid is released on cue, ready to break down tough protein chains. At the same time, the esophageal sphincter locks tight like a steel gate, sealing the battlefield inside and keeping everything safe and orderly. Once the mission is complete, the stomach passes the job down to its teammates, the small intestine, pancreas, and bile. At that stage, everything flows smoothly without overload, like a finely tuned production line delivering nutrients to every cell with precision. That's why having enough acid not only allows the stomach to do its job well, but also acts like a golden key, ensuring the entire digestive system runs smoothly and steadily, exactly the way the body was designed to stay healthy. After seeing this remarkable mechanism, there are three vital points you need to remember. First, the stomach must have enough strong acid to digest food quickly and effectively. Second, it needs a thick protective mucus layer to shield itself from the acid's incredible strength. And finally, the sphincter at the esophagus has to work flexibly, opening to let food in, then locking tightly as soon as the stomach gets to work. So what happens when acid reflux occurs? The answer is simple. One of the three links in the chain breaks down. Picture your stomach like a container of strong acid. Its lid, the lower esophageal sphincter, isn't screwed on tight forever. It's more like a safety valve. Normally, the valve only opens to let food in, then shuts firmly right after. But if for some reason the valve pops open while the stomach is bubbling and churning, acid shoots upward into the esophagus. That's the moment you feel that burning fire in your chest and the throat, an experience nobody forgets once they've had it. And here's the big question. Why does that valve, supposed to protect you, open at the most dangerous moment? Hold on to that question, because I'm about to reveal the answer. The first reason this safety door opens is not because the stomach has too much acid like we've always thought. The hidden truth lies in something far less obvious. The body is running low on water and minerals. Why would simply lacking water and minerals cause the esophageal sphincter, the gatekeeper against reflux, to open up? The secret is in the stomach's incredible biological shield, the mucus lining that coats the entire stomach wall. Don't let its ordinary appearance fool you. This invisible armor, woven from water and minerals, is what allows the stomach to hold acid stronger than the kind in a car battery. It can shred protein into pieces and yet not eat itself alive. But when your body is short on water and minerals, that armor thins day by day. Suddenly, everything flips. The stomach is forced to cut back on acid just to protect itself. Otherwise, its now bare lining would be burned, leading to ulcers. The paradox is this: when acid gets weaker, digestion slows down. Food lingers too long in the stomach. Protein-rich foods begin to rot, creating gas. That gas builds pressure, forcing the safety door, the lower esophageal sphincter, to burst open. That's when acid and food are pushed upward, triggering the burning, choking, and chest tightness. An unbearable feeling that haunts anyone who's been through it. In short, lack of water and minerals weakens the protective mucus. The stomach lowers acid to survive. Weak acid stalls digestion. Stalled digestion creates gas. Gas builds pressure, forcing the sphincter open. And that is the very first root cause of reflux. You might wonder, if low water and minerals reduce stomach acid, then why do so many people still get ulcers? The secret lies in a completely different mechanism. When the protective mucus is weakened, the stomach is like a warrior stripped of armor. Even a small outside trigger, like the bad fats in repeatedly fried oils, can stick to the lining. That sparks free radicals, fueling oxidative inflammation and stripping away what little protection remains. The lining is now almost bare, and ulcers begin to form, but the danger doesn't stop there. Many medications, especially painkillers and anti-inflammatories, accidentally block prostaglandins, the very compounds that act as the repair crew rebuilding the mucus layer. Without prostaglandins, the stomach loses its ability to heal itself. Combined with bad fats and bacteria, a flare-up of ulcers becomes only a matter of time. The key thing to remember is this: ulcers can happen even when acid isn't high, because once the mucus is gone and the repair system is shut down, the stomach lining is like a house left wide open, an easy target for oils, drugs, and bacteria to invade and attack at any moment. So, what's the simple yet effective way to end reflux caused by a lack of water and minerals? The answer isn't in expensive pills. It's in naturally restoring the stomach's protective barrier, getting enough water and minerals. First, start with the water you drink every day. Water isn't just a liquid that quenches thirst. It's the core ingredient that forms the mucus lining protecting your stomach. So don't just drink carelessly. Choose a good quality water filter, one that removes impurities but keeps essential natural minerals. Ideally, go for one with activated carbon to eliminate fluorine, the invisible enemy that weakens digestion. Next, give your body more minerals from nature. Dark leafy greens are a living mineral mine you can tap into daily. Never underestimate the type of salt you use every day. It may sound small, but it's the key. Refined table salt is basically stripped down to just two elements: sodium and chloride. Once inside your body, it forces you to pay the price by drawing on your own precious water and minerals to balance it out. The more you consume, the more imbalanced you become. On the other hand, natural sea salt is a true mineral treasure. Each grain of raw salt still contains dozens of trace minerals your body needs to stay stable and recover. Some people worry raw salt isn't pure, but think about it. Fishermen, the very people who make the salt, are also the first to consume it. They eat it their whole lives, staying healthy, strong, and free from reflux like yours. If raw salt were really toxic, how many of them could live so well? In fact, all over the world, countless people have healed themselves naturally thanks to unrefined salt. That evidence alone should make you think, if raw salt were more dangerous than refined salt, instead of getting better, these people would have only gotten worse. But the truth is the exact opposite. Now, compare this to modern medicine. People take pills for high blood pressure, diabetes, but does anyone really get cured? Or are the drugs just masking symptoms while the disease keeps simmering underneath? You see, not everything refined, packaged, and labeled as modern equals healthy. You need to look at the issue from a broader perspective because your health belongs to you, and ultimately, you're the one responsible for it. One great habit for those with weak digestion is this. Drink a glass of warm water with a squeeze of lemon and a pinch of raw salt in the morning. Sounds simple, but this combo is the key to gently waking up your digestive system. Lemons bring citric acid, vitamin C, and trace minerals, the very ingredients that help your stomach produce acid properly, making digestion smoother and easier. But if you drink lemon alone, the natural acid can be too harsh, sometimes irritating a sensitive stomach lining. That's why raw salt is the missing piece. It doesn't just provide chloride, the direct ingredient your stomach uses to make hydrochloric acid. It also offers sodium, magnesium, calcium, potassium, minerals that balance electrolytes, stabilize pH, and help your stomach produce just the right amount of acid. Not too much, not too little. Mixed with warm water, everything works perfectly. The natural acid from lemon becomes gentler, the stomach lining is protected, and digestion is activated smoothly instead of being shocked, like with cold water. The result? Less heartburn and reflux, and meals feel more comfortable than ever. Remember, when your stomach is inflamed or refluxing, sourness actually plays an essential role. That sourness strengthens natural acidity, so the stomach works more effectively at digestion. But don't forget, minerals are the partner you can't leave out. Salt helps neutralize excess acid, creating balance and easing the direct burden on the stomach lining. That's why the simplest, safest way is this. When eating sour fruits, have them with a little salt. That way, your stomach is protected while fully using the digestive benefits of sourness. And if your stomach acid is weak, try eating a bit of sour fruit with salt 15-30 minutes before meals. It's a natural trick to spark acid production, making digestion complete and gentle. At the same time, you need to cut out the silent thieves draining water and minerals from your body. Top of the list? Medication, especially antibiotics. Their mechanism makes your body lose water quickly, stripping away the mucus layer day by day. So unless absolutely necessary, use them as little as possible. And if you regularly drink strong coffee, strong tea, sodas, alcohol, or rely on processed foods and refined sugar, be careful. All of these act as diuretics, flushing water and minerals out rapidly. The result? Weak acid, thin mucus, and reflux showing up as the inevitable consequence. That's also why coffee addicts or those on diuretics often struggle with reflux and ulcers. For people with reflux who also exercise a lot, this warning matters even more. Every workout drains not only water, but also a serious amount of minerals. Exercise is wonderful, but if you push too hard without replenishing, your stomach only gets more damaged. Almost no one talks about this, but it's a key reason why so many can't shake off reflux. What you must remember is this. Anything that drains water and minerals is directly tearing down the stomach's #1 defense. Once that barrier collapses, reflux isn't just a risk, it's a certainty. To speed up recovery, you can also lean on certain herbs. Turmeric and aloe vera are two standout warriors. Turmeric is especially effective for healing ulcers. You can notice improvement in just a week. You can take pure turmeric powder or simply chew a small piece of fresh turmeric the size of your pinky tip each day. If you don't like the taste, mix it with raw honey to make it easier. You can also stir turmeric powder into cold water first, then add a little warm water to drink. The reason is simple. Turmeric thickens immediately in hot water, making it hard to drink and less smooth. If you're using herbs for support, always choose organic. That's the only way to be sure your body is being nourished by safe, truly effective remedies. Remember, Regaining lost health is never easy. Don't overlook the herbs around you. They're nature's real medicine. The second reason the esophageal sphincter weakens and acid reflux happens doesn't come from anything dramatic, but from a habit that seems harmless. Eating until you're stuffed and then lying down right away. It may sound like no big deal, but in reality, it's more dangerous than you think. When you lie down right after eating, your stomach is just like a full water bottle laid on its side. And the cap of that bottle, the lower esophageal sphincter, isn't a tightly sealed lid, but more like a flexible valve that opens and closes depending on pressure inside. Picture this. You hold a full bottle of water, then tilt it sideways every single day. At first, only a few drops leak out. But repeat that again and again, day after day, and the cap slowly loosens until it can't hold anymore. The same thing happens in your body. Food and acid are pushed back up into the esophagus by this exact mechanism. That repeated pressure eventually weakens the sphincter so much that it can no longer close tightly. The result? Constant heartburn, chest tightness, throat irritation, and ongoing discomfort become your unwelcome companion. So, what can you do to break this vicious cycle? The solution is actually very simple, but it requires a little finesse and patience. The secret lies in how you treat your stomach. Don't force it to work beyond its limits. Instead of eating until you're bursting, stop when you feel satisfied. After meals, don't rush to lie down. Get up, walk around gently. That way your stomach can work naturally. Grinding, breaking down, and using acid in the right way, instead of letting pressure build up and blow open the sphincter. It may seem like a small change, but the effect is huge. When the stomach runs on rhythm, acid becomes a helper instead of the villain. Food gets fully digested, and the entire digestive system, from liver to intestines to every supporting organ, feels lighter. Just one simple adjustment in eating habits can set off a domino chain of positive effects for your health. And before long, reflux becomes a thing of the past. Now, about medication. Have you ever wondered, are pills really the lifesaver so many believe them to be? It sounds logical, but the truth is completely different. Those pills do just one thing: suppress acid and thin out the stomach's protective mucus. They bring quick relief, but that comfort is really a sweet trap in disguise. Because when acid is suppressed for too long, the stomach gradually loses its ability to digest protein, the fundamental nutrient that fuels, repairs, and rebuilds every single cell in your body. In other words, instead of helping your body heal itself, the medicine is dismantling the very natural mechanism nature designed to protect you. And the consequences don't stop there. The next burden falls on the liver, the organ known as the body's detox factory and metabolic center. The liver already has endless jobs, producing bile to digest fats, processing toxins, balancing energy. But when worn down by medication and antibiotics, it weakens. That slowdown spreads across the entire digestive system, quietly eroding overall health, leaving your body like a machine running slower with each passing day. The harsh truth is this: relying on medication never equals healing. All you're doing is masking the symptoms, while the root of the problem keeps digging deeper, becoming harder and harder to pull out. And to help you truly understand what I just said, let me share the story of a friend I'll never forget. I had a friend who suffered terribly from acid reflux. He told me the condition was so relentless, it often pushed him into despair. He had tried every kind of medication, carefully followed every doctor's advice, yet the problem kept coming back. After every meal, that burning sensation would rise from his stomach into his throat, leaving him physically exhausted and mentally drained. One day in conversation, I suggested he try something different, gentler, more natural. I told him, drink enough water, switch from refined salt to natural salt, add turmeric with honey, and most importantly, cut back on painkillers as much as possible. At first, he just laughed, doubtful, but with nothing left to lose, he gave it a try. No rush, no pressure, just slowly making small changes to his daily routine, and then the miracle happened. In just a short time, the reflux symptoms that had haunted him for years began to fade. The burning was gone. He could finally sit down to a meal without the constant fear. His body felt lighter, his spirit calmer. That's when he realized a powerful truth. The answer isn't always in the pills. Sometimes the key to healing is hidden in the smallest, simplest things, like the very salt we use every day. If you really want to understand the delicate connection between the stomach, the liver, and overall health, look into the research of Barbara O'Neill and Andreas Moritz. They pulled back the curtain on secrets modern medicine often overlooks, different perspectives that can completely change the way you understand, value, and care for your body. So I'll end this video with the most heartfelt advice I can give you. If you're struggling with acid reflux or digestive issues, the first thing you should do is not run out for more pills. Instead, start with something that seems small but has the power to transform your health at its root, the salt you use every single day. Because salt isn't just seasoning. It's a vital source of trace minerals your body may be severely lacking. Magnesium to relax muscles, potassium to balance blood pressure, calcium to strengthen bones, along with countless other elements that keep every cell running. With the right minerals restored, your body can heal itself, your digestion flows smoothly, and you no longer depend on pills to mask symptoms. The problem is the common salt most people use today, refined table salt, has been stripped of nearly all minerals, leaving only sodium and chloride. It's no longer food for life, just a harsh, lifeless additive of the food industry. And that's why I want you to try switching to fleur de sel, the purest natural salt gifted to us by the sea. I've tried countless salts from cheap to premium, local to imported, but once I discovered fleur de sel, I stopped searching. Its flavor amazed me. Salty yet gentle, well-rounded, with a sweet finish, worlds apart from the harsh, bitter sting of refined salt. One taste, and I believe you'll notice the difference instantly. Its color is slightly gray, the color of natural minerals, and the most special part is how it's formed. On sunny days with a soft ocean breeze, a delicate crystalline layer suddenly appears on the water's surface, sparkling like crystal. The salt worker must carefully harvest it before it sinks back down. That fleeting moment creates fleur de sel, the salt that preserves the ocean's purest essence and minerals. And it's not just for you. Fleur de sel is a gift for your whole family. For older adults, it's a perfect choice, less sodium, but full-bodied flavor. If you drink warm salt water in the mornings to cleanse, try this. Dissolve 1 teaspoon of fleur de sel into a liter of warm water. Let it sit overnight. In the morning, pour off the clariator, add about 200 milliliters of warm water, and drink. The gentle saltiness with a sweet aftertaste will keep you coming back, and you'll feel the difference within days. Here's something fun. Fleur de sel can even boost your pet's health. Just add a small spoonful into 2 liters of their daily drinking water, and your dogs and cats will drink more. Become more energetic, playful, with shinier coats and stronger digestion. Just like humans, once their mineral needs are met, their bodies begin to heal naturally. In just 2 weeks, you'll see the wonders fleur de sel can bring, not only for you but for your loved ones and even your furry friends. Fleur de sel, the ocean's finest essence, a healing gift from nature for anyone who truly wants to live healthy and live fully. Thank you for staying with me to the very end. If you found this video valuable, don't forget to leave a like and hit subscribe. That's the best way for us to keep exploring together the incredible secrets hidden within the human body. I'll see you in the next video, where we'll unlock more miracles you never thought possible.